Hey internets, it's Jake from Mini Terrain Domain, and this is Scribes and Scrolls, the Candlekeep Mysteries, Book 3, the Book of the Raven. This is Chapter 23, The Scorch of the Red Wyrm. And in just a couple of moments, we will hit y'all up with a recap, let you know what very relaxing situation the book club is leaving from last session. But hi everybody, welcome.
Hello.
This is our game that happens every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on twitch.tv/Mini Terrain Domain. And a couple of super quick announcements. First announcement, look over below Dwight. You will see a couple of icons. Those are sponsors. First up, of course, is Talon and Claw. You can check out the fine wooden dice accessories that they make over there. As well as a whole bunch of other gaming related stuff that you can find on the Talon and Claw Etsy shop. Use code MTDClaw at checkout to get 10% off of your order. Also, be sure to check out our friend over at Run Raid Play. Keel is putting together an incredible community of collaboration. You can check out his Patreon, join, and he's got a few different levels there, and you can get access to the digital and physical zine that he puts out, and just become a part of that community. So be sure to check that out as well. Take a look up above Jordan's head, and you will see that there is a mysterious looking book and a +10 there. Those are our domain tomes. Domain tomes are a way that you, the viewer, can have a little bit of an influence on the game. The way that you can do that is by cheering 500 bits, tipping $5, subscribing or gifting subs, or you can support the channel in a one-time tip, or becoming a member over on Coffee at the link there, also right down below here. And I'll be tracking that as well. Those will be turned into domain tomes for the players. They can use one domain tome to gain advantage on any dice roll, 3 domain tomes to re-roll an unfavorable die roll, or 5 domain tomes to make me re-roll any dice roll. They've used that a couple of times. Once, twice? I don't remember. I know they've used it. Twice, actually, because I think it stopped somebody from getting crit killed.
Yes, we did. Remember that.
Yes. So, yeah. Be sure to check those out. Those various ways, and help support the channel as well. The last thing that I want to talk about before we get started here is, of course, you matter. Your presence here in this world makes a difference. You might not believe that, but you don't have to believe it, because it's true. But we know that you can struggle sometimes. There's a lot of things been going on in the world lately, but everybody has their own things they're dealing with. And it's okay to struggle. It's okay to not be okay. But you should know that there is help out there. It's as simple as typing !help in our chat. You can do this anytime, and actually right now it's preparing to show up at the bottom of the screen. It'll show up both in chat and at the bottom of the screen frequently throughout. Findahelpline.com. It is a free, very easy to use resource that will connect you with text numbers, websites, phone numbers, help resources, no matter where you are in the world. So please do check that out. I think it's time to play. So, oh wait, Jordan, you've got something to announce. I want to announce it at the beginning and the end.
Oh, sure. So this week, starting on Thursday, we are doing a charity stream for Color of Change. We're going to be doing it from Thursday until Sunday. This is our 3rd charity stream for Color of Change this year. We are less than $600 shy of raising $10,000 for Color of Change. It is going to be amazing. Seriously, we have Kirshian is going to be DMing the very first game. We have Gary's going to be running a game. Jake's running a game. Dwight is going to be in a game. I'm running and going to be in several games. We have everything from D&D to Vampire the Masquerade to Blades in the Dark, to even some video games. And all the donations will impact the games in one way, shape, or form, as well as you'll get to meet some really cool creators and help an amazing cause. So that will be happening starting on Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/D&D Jordan Lee. And it's going to be a ton of fun. So, yay.
I'm looking forward to it. I am running a game that was inspired by RoboGoblin, who said I could take that idea and run with it. I'm running all Tiamat.
No.
Each of the 5 players will be playing one of Tiamat's 5 heads, and they will have to work together to escape Avernus.
I'm just learning about this, and there's a 100% chance that it's going to devolve into a Monty Python skit. Just going to say that.
Yeah, aren't you in that game?
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to drive that bus right off the cliff. Yep.
I have a feeling Robo's going to be fighting for control of the wheel, too. Aiming for the same or a different cliff. Couldn't pass up an idea like that when Robo pitched it on Twitter. So, all right. Now, I think it is time to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, son. Let's go.
When last we saw the book club, they were enjoying a fine evening and morning with their newfound friend, the troll by the name of Gut Ripper, who they nicknamed Gur. Gut Ripper had rescued them from the Timor Forest, the Forest of Fear, where they faced their fears, and they were literally frozen in fear, paralyzed, or stunned. But Gur saved them, set them up with a nice campsite, gave them shelter, gave them warmth, gave them friendship, and then tried to live up true to her name as she was escorting them across the bridge the next day after a nice comfy long rest. The closer they got to the bridge, the more disturbed Gur became, until Gur turned, raising her taloned claw, and began attacking. When it was all said and done, Gur lay in a puddle of her own blood, as well as that of one of the horses that was decapitated by Gur. Vorn's horse, actually, I think, was the one that got killed. Some of the party were a little worse for wear, but they all got across the bridge, got into the wagon, got on horses, and have begun escaping along the route, heading towards the next waypoint on their map of mystery they've been following. And we're going to pick up exactly at that point as we see quick flashes of wagon wheels bouncing dangerously across the dirt road. It's a little windy road heading down out of this where this Three Tree Hill area was. Bouncing, very uncomfortable, jarring ride. Doc is driving, Mizya seated next. Vorn, a little worse for wear, is now in the back of the cart as his horse is no longer. We see these quick flashes of the cart crashing along, hoofbeats as Assyria and Teera are racing alongside. At one point, quickly after crossing the bridge, Soren leaps up into the back of the wagon and seems to be standing protectively over Vorn. Vorn's conscious, but Vorn is bleeding in a couple places and has seen better days. How long do you continue driving at this pace before you slow down or stop?
I have no idea how to slow down or stop.
Do you say that to Doc?
I'm just kind of sitting there.
Were you driving it, or was Doc driving it?
No, I was.
That's right.
Driving
You were driving it, weren't you?
And I just kind of smacked the reins and held on for dear life, and that's what I'm doing right now. Oh
Jesus!
Make an animal handling check or a dexterity check. But I doubt it. But does Mizya have land vehicle proficiency?
They do not.
Worth asking.
I rolled dexterity because I have the better bonus of +3, which gives me a 4.
Oh boy.
Oh jeez.
So
I could re-roll that, but I won't.
That's what restraint
Because
looks
I'm
like.
not
Thank you,
Yep.
Dwight.
as
I appreciate the valor.
Doc, you are in this cart as well, having climbed up next to Mizya. Or did you climb in the back, actually? I guess that's a good point.
Probably the troll wasn't really following us, so I probably crawled up front and I'm watching Mizya do their thing.
Mizya is the thing that they are doing is not anything like the thing that you normally do when you drive. It's a lot faster. You find that the cart is whipping around a lot and is moving way too fast for these curves as it is sliding. Let me see. Well, let's do this. Teera and Assyria. Since Mizya rolled so low on that, I would like you each to make a dexterity saving throw, adding your animal handling score in there as well.
Okay.
Can do.
A dex saving throw is a 22 for me.
Okay. And Assyria?
With animal handling.
25.
You both are doing a really good job of keeping control of your horses, maintaining. You see that this cart, and you know as you're riding these horses, trying to keep up with the cart, you are moving way faster than should be for the type of wagon this is. This is not a racing wagon, and you're having to veer to the left and right as you take a couple of these curves, and the wagon actually fishtails a little bit. Soren and Vorn, whoops, that's not a Vorn die. Vorn's getting tumbled around in the back, and Soren is just managing to sort of keep upright, but kind of turns in the cart and just growls at Mizya's back. Yeah, that's what's happening right now. Is anybody gonna do anything? Doc, are you gonna do anything, or are you just gonna go along for the ride?
Doc is going to look at Mizya, and he's going to say, I don't think that's how that's supposed to go.
Yes, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Do we hear Mizya say that?
Oh yeah, you guys are all riding pretty close together.
Oh my god.
Would you? And I just kind of hold the reins up, like kind of out. I'm like, would you like to take over?
No.
Oh God.
Oh.
I ride up along one of the horses. Can I like grab the bridle on one of the horses, like from where I'm riding on my horse?
There's only one horse pulling the wagon. It's a horse wagon.
The horse.
Yeah.
Okay, great. What?
You can make an animal handling check to do that.
Okay, I will.
Can I give advantage? And Assyria will ride up as well, not to grab the bridle, but she'll say like,
try boxing it in.
Just to kind of
to box in, and she'll speak in Elvish, like calm down, like trying to get it.
Okay, so
chill.
you can roll with advantage, Teera, because
Thank
Assyria
you.
is helping.
Oh, that advantage never helps me. I always roll 2 really great dice or 2 really shitty dice, and that was a 19 and a nat 20.
Okay.
So yeah, so I probably like grab the bridle and like whoa.
Yeah. With that roll, you do just that. Do you try to stop it completely, or you just?
I want to try to
down?
stop it completely.
Okay.
I feel like we're probably far enough away now, and we need to kind of regroup and make a plan.
All right. So yeah, you do that. You get hold. Assyria, you're speaking these calming Elvish words, and the horse seems to be responding. You can only imagine what the horse would have to say if you could understand it. As you can see the white of its eyes, and you're able to bring it to a stop. And of course, Mizya and Doc, you see that this is happening. They're able to slow you down, and you'd come to a stop in the middle of the road. And you notice that you are just in a sparse, deciduous forest where a lot of the trees, they have those early blooms. It's early in, or rather late in the spring, coming close to summer. So it's a lot of new bright green leaves. But it's sparse, so it's not like the previous forest. You can see for quite a ways through the trees and stuff, but you can see that the road is heading through there as you come to a stop, and you can just hear the horse kind of stomping and just
Mizya, next time if you want me to do something, you should ask, would you do it, as opposed to do I want to do it? Because if I don't want to do it, then I'll have to say no, and I won't be able to help you.
Yes, quite right, Doctor. Well, it was fun, wasn't it?
No?
I have this like really wide grin, like as close to a smile I think as Mizya's had yet. This was just
Mizya so much.
Nothing in my life has been as invigorating as this 2-minute horse carriage ride that I just let us on.
Mizya.
I will challenge that with mimosas. But yeah.
Mimosas were pretty good.
Mizya, as you're smiling so broadly, you kind of look to the sides, and you see, now that they've come to a stop and they're sort of pulling on the reins of their horses, you see Teera and Assyria in particular, looking quite bloodied. You can see slash wounds and bite marks, and you can see Teera as well. They don't seem to be having quite as much fun as you were having in the moment.
Just covered in blood. Yeah. It's like the movie Cari. It's like, yeah. And Teera would turn around like, well, I think we're out to the range of the bridge and the very, very dead troll.
Right.
Vorn picks himself up out of the back of the wagon. I don't know why, but I've always imagined that there's straw in the back of the wagon.
100%.
He's got straw kind of caught up in his clothes, and he just sits up and he just goes, "What is Mizya doing?"
That's a great question.
I was driving the cart, Vorn.
I mean, to be fair, they did get us where we were going in a very timely manner, I suppose. The big question isn't where we've been, it's where we're going next and when we're going to get there. I know we kind of just rest. What time of day is it now? Did we just rest? Or?
So you woke up from a very long, more than 8 hours sleep.
Right, yeah.
You had breakfast, and then you started to head down. So I would say between probably an hour of waking up, the fight, which didn't last very long at all, and then the escape, it's like 90 minutes since you woke up. So it's probably like 8:30, 9:30 in the morning.
Well, I wouldn't mind going until we find a river or a lake or a body of water. I'm a little messy. And Teera's just like actively like wiping the blood spatter off. It's like, so would you mind maybe going for a few more hours and then taking a lunch break?
I'm fine with that.
I grab the reins and lift them up like I'm going to.
Whoa, Mizya,
Whoa.
and then I like put my hand on the horse's like nose to like calm him because I realized I just made like a sudden motion and like sound next to him and I wanted to freak out. I'm like, Mizya, maybe Doc, I think you should take the reins for a little while.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Okay.
Yeah. And then I kind of like look at Mizya like, see how we talk to Doc? That worked well. Very direct.
Very well.
Mizya, not that it
I
wasn't a
will
good
hand
job.
the reins slowly to Doc. And then I will.
Doc will take the reins and he's going to lightly prod the horse forward, going at only slightly more than stop speed, the way Doc likes it.
I like to imagine there's like a wide shot, like a wide screen, like Lawrence of Arabia, and the cart is just at the very edge. Just
You can just hear.
It's like the scene in Office Space where the gentleman with the walker is outpacing the car.
Yep.
Yes, dude.
Oh yeah, there's
100%.
absolutely. As you're driving this
There's a
cart at the
tortoise.
speed, you look off to the side and there's a rabbit that just sort of like hops out of the brush, looks, hops ahead several feet, waits for you to catch up, hops ahead several feet.
Sarah, who's been in the back of the pack most of this journey, as like the horse has been standing, the carriage moves every so often, horse takes a step forward. Carriage horse takes a step forward.
So you can.
Alright.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
All right. I think if everybody's feeling good, yeah, I'm for this plan.
Yep.
All right.
And then Teera just kind of goes like, and like starts to go off ahead a little bit.
And Asaria will drop back, so that way the cart's in between. And the duck on her.
So
Jesus Christ.
I will actually say, if you continue moving at a slow pace, you won't cover as much ground. But moving at a slow pace, nobody is doing anything strenuous. You will gain the benefits of a short rest after 1 hour. So you can heal with hit dice or use any of your short rest abilities.
Shoot,
I would like to do that.
shame.
I am going to do that for
I rolled
Vorn
really
as well. Take short rest. I'm going to use the dice roller he likes to use all the time. Yep, that's on par.
On D&D,
Rolled a 1 on hit point refresh.
on D&D Beyond, does it automatically give you the hit points back when you
If
hit
you
short
click
rest,
on
or
short
no?
rest, you'll see those 3 little boxes for your hit, or how, yeah, should be 3 boxes for your hit dice.
Yeah.
When you click on one of those, it'll bring up the dice roller, or you can roll
Okay.
a regular die. If you use the dice roller, it will automatically add your hit points in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I don't want to do that. I want to roll physical dice. Because
So then
that's
you
what I
can,
go-
yeah, you can, oh, well, look at that. I rolled a 1 and a 10 on his hit dice, so.
Oh, Jesus. I rolled a 1. I don't trust physical dice anymore.
So you do add your con mod to that, of course.
I did. Thank you. Thank you. I'm at 29 of 38. It's like taking a nap.
All right, so yeah, everybody's able to, over the course of this hour, but you definitely are not covering a terribly much distance. Everybody make me perception checks.
All right.
Soren will do so at advantage.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, Soren will do so at advantage.
I got a 6.
Assyria,
5.
you will do so at advantage as well.
Is
Oh.
this? Are we in direct sunlight or no? Are we?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, this forest is sparse enough. The sun is coming down through the trees. This would qualify as sunlight. All right, so we got. Did anybody roll under a 12.
I did.
You did, and Doc did. And so did Vorn. How did Soren do?
Soren got a 25. Assyria got a 22.
Okay, so Mizya, Assyria, and Soren. As you were moving along, it's actually, and I misspoke earlier, I said it was near the end of spring. It's like, this is the equivalent of March. You're in like the first week of March, so it's still chilly at times. It's new buds on the trees. But the thin forest belies the danger that you faced just an hour and a half ago. Birds are chirping. You occasionally see wildlife moving through the trees. You see a stag. You see a few other small animals, possums and raccoons. We forgot to check for the weather. I did check the weather. That's actually the one thing I forgot, because a thunderstorm came up. So it is, I totally forgot about that. The thunderstorm came up at the as you were riding away. So at this point, it's just raining quite a bit. You would not be in direct sunlight, Mizya, so you wouldn't be affected by that, but you still passed.
Then I rolled a 20.
So yeah, it's raining, you're moving along, but Assyria, Soren, and Mizya. In addition to all of this calmness of the forest and the rain falling, the occasional of thunder rolling over the land, you smell sulfur. It's not strong. It is very faint, and it comes in waves. You just, for a moment, you're like, did I smell that? And then you're like, yeah. And even if you're unsure, Assyria, you glance at Soren, and you can see Soren sitting up. I imagine Soren's paws are sort of up on the back of the back part of the wagon behind Mizya and Doc. And Mizya, as you're smelling this, right next to you, Soren's big wolf head is...
Vorn, did your breakfast not agree with you?
He's not here to defend himself, Dwight.
Vorn just says, I did eat a lot of that delicious slow-cooked boar meat. That might be me.
Yes. That's...
Let's see. Assyria's going to shut her eyes for a brief second, since we're in her favorite terrain. Let's see. Sorry, there was a thing I wanted to do. She's going to take a moment and do a primeval awareness check.
Sure.
See if she picks up on any celestials, dragons, elementals, all that fun stuff. Since we're in a forest, it goes up to 6 miles.
You close your eyes, and around you, you are able to push away the sounds that are not native to this forest. The wooden wheels of the cart clacking along on this 2-track fade away. The hoof steps of the 3 horses fades into the background. And you hear the rain falling on the leaves. You can hear the soft creaking of the trees moving back and forth in the wind. You can hear wildlife skittering across the floor of the forest. You can even hear some of their chirps and their barks and little sounds that they make as they communicate to one another. You extend your senses further, listening, feeling. And there it is. That sense of something primeval. Something that registers in your mind more as a feeling than an image. And a word comes to your forefront of your mind. Dragon.
Got it. Asteria will lightly tap her horse forward to bring it up to where Mizya and Doc are. We may want to be a bit more careful. And at this point, she's looking over at Teera as well. I think we're in dragon territory. So we might want to be just a bit careful.
Careful how?
Well, quiet for one. That would probably be best. I would like to avoid fighting a dragon today.
Yeah, so would I. Didn't Gut Ripper, before she went feral, didn't she say that the dragon hadn't been seen around here in like a whole bunch of years, right?
That's true, but I have to wonder too with how Ger's memory was, how true maybe that statement was.
That's a good question. Well, we'll just have to keep our eyes peeled, and I mean, and I look over at Doc uncomfortably. I'm like, I mean, keep our eyes open and stay alert, and make sure that we're watching out for any dragons, eh?
Experimenting on people sounds terrible. Why would you want to peel somebody's eyes off?
I didn't mean to say that, Doc. It's a figure of speech. Like so much of what I say, apparently. I never knew until I knew you, Doc, how much of what I say is a figure of speech.
You know, Teera, you should write that down into some kind of book, because when we get back to Candlekeep, we're going to need to supply them with something to get entrance back in, aren't we?
Explanations of all the idioms.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good idea.
Might actually be very helpful.
Anybody have any paper?
I've got some in Shoal. Well, we'll worry about that. How about once we get through dragon territory, and then
That's a great idea. We have to keep our
I'm-
eyes peeled.
I'm literally a scribe.
Yeah, Mizya, you're not driving right now. You start writing them down. Eyes peeled. Keep your feet under you. I've got your back. Those are our first three.
I pull reach into my satchel and I'll pull just a little like journal sized leather bound book, open it up, and
Immediately the rain begins to wet the pages.
Oh,
Damn it.
wait, you have your umbrella
oh no,
though. Your
I'm
parasol.
under my parasol 100%.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
That's right. You do have a parasol.
You have your parasol.
Yes, perfect. It's great.
See, it comes in many.
I'm very
uses.
much loving this image of Mizya and Doc side by side on this wagon, with Mizya with this parasol made of these fern. What wasn't it? Palm fronds or fern leaves or something.
Yep.
And just scribing in the journal. It's very Jane
Mhm.
Austen.
It's adorable.
Very.
It's adorable.
Mr. Darcy didn't talk to me today.
Jane Austen presents Pride and Prejudice and Dragons.
Amazing. So I kind of go back up ahead of the party a little bit, and I'm riding forward, assuming Asteria will drop back to.
Yep, she'll drop back, and
Half.
she's just peeling and being very aware.
Mm-hmm. Same.
All right. One thing I forgot to mention as you reached out with your senses is you felt, so you can feel within 1 mile, but because you're in your favored terrain, it extends out to 6 miles. So as you reached further and further out, you got the sense within about 2 miles is when it started pinging. You don't know, all you know is dragon. You don't know how many, you don't know where exactly.
Right.
You just know dragon. So Mizya's writing. Doc, you're driving. Are you doing anything else besides driving to pay attention, or just paying attention to the road in front of you?
I'm doing that and getting rained on.
I will say that Einstein Jr. is not bothered by the rain at all. Just perched up on your head, just occasionally will sort of ruffle his feathers and just settle in, and seems perfectly fine with the rain.
Yes, that's true.
Oh my god. Amazing.
I almost had chocolate milk come out my nose.
Yeah, that's a totally reasonable response to
Teera, and so Assyria's dropped back and is just paying attention. Teera, what are you doing?
I'm just I'm riding probably, I'd say 20 yards up ahead of the wagon, just surveilling the front, like the path, and making sure there aren't any, like, I'm obviously watching for dragons, but I assume I'm going to see a dragon if it's coming. I'm watching more for like wolves and like lynxes and common forest shit.
Mm-hmm. So you're sort of scanning around the trees and keeping an eye. Assyria, you're probably doing the same, but I imagine both of you are periodically just, your eyes sort of look up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Assyria's especially going to be looking at the tree line to see if like any branches have been cut, perhaps by a wing, maybe, or something that's been flying. She's just keeping an eye out.
Teera is trying to look up once in a while just for safety, but is kind of quick about it. We'll look up and then not anymore.
Go ahead and make, because of the vigilance and the slower pace at which you're moving, Assyria and Teera, go ahead and make perception checks at advantage. Doc, go ahead and make a perception check straight up.
Jesus, God.
And
what did I say?
Vorn is watching from the back of his back of the wagon. Vorn gets a 22 on his perception.
My perception check with advantage is an 11.
Okay.
With advantage, it was a 1, but thank God I got a natural 20, so that's a 24.
Whoa.
Okay. So plus over 20.
Yes.
And Doc.
6.
Okay. So you're moving along. Rain continues to fall. The rain's actually let up a little bit. The storm seems to have moved off in a different direction. It's actually moving. You guys are generally moving southward. The rain is moving eastward. It seems to have most likely probably come in off of the sea. So now you're just getting that sort of post thunderstorm light rain. And Assyria, you're all scanning around, that those of you that are looking. And Teera, you're not spotting anything other than, every time you look, it just looks clear from up ahead. You're seeing, following the roads more or less straight. It kind of curves a little bit here and there, but nothing suspicious. Assyria, you are looking around, and you do notice that about off to the right of the trail, about maybe 50 feet into the trees, you notice that there's an area that seems a little bit clearer at first, almost like a clearing, but you realize there's a section, a swath of this small forest that the trees are completely scorched. Probably a section that's maybe 40, 50 feet long of trees that looks to have been scorched. They do look like, because you can see the ground around them, you can see fresh new green growth coming up through it. So it does look like it's been a while since that's happened. But if you've ever seen where a forest fire has been, the burned out trees stay standing like these stark, blackened bones of the forest reaching up skyward.
Yeah.
As you notice this, Vorn catches your eye and he goes, "Hey."
What?
And he points off to the side. Not at that. He points to the other side. And you just catch sight of a couple of figures about maybe 30, 40 feet away from the road, moving from one tree to another, staying hidden behind the trees.
Okay.
They're crouched really low to the ground, and you just catch sight of them. And Vorn, you can see him just sort of, he's kind of sitting up with his back against the front part behind Mizya and Doc. And you just see as he sort of, you can almost hear as he grips the haft of his axe as if preparing for something. What are you going to do?
Sarah's wearing her cloak. She's by this point given Teera, especially with the rain, her cloak back.
Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome. She is wearing her cloak, which is rather long and it's kind of draped over. She's going to move her bow and kind of arrow into an area that's still hidden underneath the cloak. But she's basically getting ready to, if need be, prepare an attack if we are about to get attacked by these folks. So she's kind of very subtly, not like quick, but just kind of, it almost looks like she is just kind of fixing her cloak slightly, like she's doing it in a very subtle way. All right, well, we should probably, and this area looks kind of slightly like conflicted. We should probably keep an eye on them without it being obvious that we're keeping an eye on them. I will let Teera know. Just kind of keep an eye on it, and I mean, this is the only way that I'm aware of, so we just have to be on the careful side.
I'll keep a watch back here.
Yeah. Thank you.
So do we all see that Vorn is talking to Assyria, or they are sort of doing it off to the
you
side?
would hear Vorn and Assyria talking very quietly.
I probably wouldn't.
Because I mean, he's right behind you and they're right next to you, but they're talking very quiet. You wouldn't hear anything, Teera. You're too far
way
ahead.
Up there. Yep.
So I mean, Doc isn't really gonna say listen in. He's just gonna say, "What is it? The dragon?"
No.
Oh, that's good. You were all worried about the dragon. So
Well,
there's no dragon. That's good news.
Oh no,
Right.
there might still be one out there, but we just
Wait, a dragon?
yes.
There might be a dragon.
Thank you, Cari.
You're welcome.
But-
There might still be one out there, but we might have another problem approaching. I would just, Doc, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing stupendously.
Oh, okay. I will
Yeah.
keep driving the cart and talking to you at the same time. How's your day going?
It's going great. Mizya, can you help Doc I have to talk to Teera about a thing. And Teera
About a
It just suddenly kicks into the horse and just
not quickly, but just kind of like
Right.
speeds up the horse a little. Hi, Teera.
When you ride up, Teera seems like a little startled, like she was sort of lost in her own thoughts, and then Oi, what's up, Asaria?
All right. Well, don't make it obvious. And Asara's barely moving her lips.
Mhm.
In fact,
As soon
actually,
as she starts doing that, Teera like goes like ramrod straight and is like, okay,
relax. Just don't.
this is me relaxed.
I've seen you drink some ale. I find that very hard to believe. Anyways,
Alright.
try not to look, but off to our left, up front, we
Mhm.
may have some company.
What
don't
kind of
think it-
company?
I don't think it's the dragon. But
Oh, is it people or is it kobolds or goblins or what?
I don't know. There's some kind of humanoids. I couldn't exactly see if they were humans.
Can I
or
make a
otherwise.
perception check now that I'm kind of very
Yeah.
intensely trying to subtly look out
Don't.
my side of my eyes?
yes, you can.
Here I go. That is not very good. It's a 12. But I do know what I'm looking for, to be fair. I'm looking for movement, I'm a hunter, etc. So it's a power 12.
Well, oh my word.
Oh,
Are they very sneaky?
That 12 is enough. You see, as you glance over and just kind of do one of those, kind of looking around, you very clearly see 4 humanoid forms crouched low to the ground, about 40 feet to the left of the road, quickly move from behind separate trees to behind additional trees.
Mm.
They seem to be moving, almost leapfrogging past each other, trying to keep pace with the cart and all of you moving.
I say to Asari, I'm like, so it seems like they're following us. And even if they weren't, I think we should take care of them so
Agreed.
they don't jump anybody less capable, yeah?
Right. And I guess now would be the time versus further up. I believe we're still far enough away from where I was sensing the dragon presence. So if we're going to do this, we should probably do it quickly and quietly if we can.
Well, I can do it quickly. I'm not so sure about quietly. Let me drop back and talk to Vorn. Stay up here.
Yep.
If we decide to make our move, you'll know it. And I like wink and then I kind of drop back and get ready to talk to Vorn.
Yep.
When I get back to the cart, I'm like, oi, Vorn.
Yeah.
You ready for a fight, brother?
Always, but so soon.
Yeah. We'll be fine.
Hold
I
on.
think they're just
Hold on. Born takes off his traveling goggles
Oh my
and
god.
puts on his fighting
Ambush
goggles.
His ambush goggles. I
amazing.
can't.
I'm like, yeah, I think we should take care of them before they try to take care of us, eh?
Sounds like a plan.
Mizya? Psst,
Is there a plan?
I look up.
fucking kill them, that's the plan.
I look
Mizya.
up from my book. Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt. We're gonna kill some people. Do you want to help?
Want to fight again? Why
Yes.
are we always fighting?
It's not a big troll this time. It's a bunch of bandits. It'll be cathartic.
It's fine.
Doc, just keep driving the cart real slow like we're doing. Don't change your pace. And then when we go, stop the cart and wait for us, yeah? And then come up and help if you feel like it.
I will As we're talking, I am going to wave my hand and I'll cast Mage Armor on
Nice.
myself
Nice.
with a sigh.
Storm.
Maybe I kind of. Oh, I apologize. I'm like,
no, go on.
how far ahead is this area?
Back where you were, so 20
Yeah.
yards in front.
Like, should we fake like we're making camp, get them to attack us, or should we just?
Vorn, as you had told him to get ready, Vorn actually, without looking like he's sitting up, he moves to the back of the wagon and just sort of rolls out and onto the ground and disappears into the brush.
Wow!
I rolled a 19 on
Damn.
his check.
Ricky rolls
for Ricky,
great when he's not here.
right?
Yeah.
And I even used the virtual dice. And you can see that he's sort of put his great axe on his back, and he has a hand axe in his hand. And he is now, you just see him disappear, but you catch a quick sight and you see that he is now tracking behind these
Oh,
individuals.
Jesus. Well, I am just going to start. Oh, God. How far away are they about?
They're about 40 yards or 40 feet to the left.
Okay. And are we like in like an area where there's like tallish grass or not? Is this just an open
All
field?
woods.
It's woods, so it's mostly like there's deadfall and last fall's leaves and
Okay.
a few shrubs and things like that. So yeah, there's not much in the way of tall grass. It's like you see Vorn move low and then behind a fallen over moss covered stump, and then he rolls out and is behind a tree, and he's moving from tree to tree behind them.
Okay.
How far away are they, and how tightly grouped are they?
They are probably 10 to 15 feet. I would say we'll say 10 feet apart each, because they're staying individually behind a tree each, and they're 40 feet to your left.
I want to go. So
actually, Mizya, you need to make another perception check with advantage to see if you can even spot them. Because you weren't paying attention before.
Right. Okay. 14.
Oh yeah, you see them. They look like they think they are being very stealthy.
Okay.
They are not being as stealthy as they think they are.
No.
If Vorn kind of appears to be going to their like left side, I want to sort of.
He's moving in behind them.
Yeah, he's behind them.
How many?
Damn.
How many are there again?
4.
4.
4. Okay.
I guess I want to be as sneaky as I can going up to him. I want to get as close as I can without them noticing me, which probably isn't going to be that close, but I'm going to try. Do I make a stealth check?
Yep, absolutely make a stealth check.
Would you like me to web them?
I got a nat 20 stealth. I'm so quiet.
You know what's funny?
What?
I rolled a nat 20 on perception.
Oh,
What does this
What is
mean?
your stealth modifier?
oh
Plus
no.
2.
Oh no.
Where's their
This is
perception?
bullshit.
Minus 2.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just as you said, I rolled a nat 20. I looked down and I rolled a nat 20.
Oh.
But if it makes you feel better, the second roll was a nat 1. So
Oh.
you're able to stealthily move forward without being seen by them, as far as you can tell.
Sick. I want to get right up and effing grab one. Can I? Or not? Am I not that stealthy?
Well, you're trying to move at stealth, which means you're moving slowly and quietly, which means you're moving
Right.
at half speed.
Okay.
So you're only going to be able to move. You move at what? 30?
30 feet walking. But
So-
like if this was combat, I'd be able to move twice that. So
Well, if you were using an action to dash.
Right.
correct.
So you still, even if you dashed, you wouldn't be able to close the distance because they're 30
Right.
feet away.
Correct.
So you get about halfway to them. And
Okay.
where are you trying to position yourself?
I want to be, well, if Vorn is like, is he centered behind them or is he like on their
Oh yeah,
left,
you see
right,
he's
their right?
closing in and you can see as he's moving, Vorn's moving low and quietly.
Mhm.
He's got this hand axe just sort of trailing behind. Like he's just looking to close the range to get within 20 feet so he can launch this thing at the last
What
figure.
a badass. I essentially want to mirror Vorn. So if he's right, but like in the middle of them, I want to be right in the middle with them, but on their other side.
Okay, so he's behind and you're coming in from their right.
Mm-hmm.
I picture it almost like Vorn's moving and they're moving like this and you're kind of moving in like this.
Yep. Okay.
But trying to close in further up here. I got you.
Right. Yes. 100%.
So as I watch Vorn and Teera closed in on them, I'm gonna kind of stand up and turn around in the cart and kind of like make like I'm looking for something, and then I'm gonna reach out with my quill and I'm gonna cast web at the 3 that are furthest. So I'm gonna it's a 20-foot cube. So
what's the range?
60 feet.
Okay.
So
Nice.
I want the 3 in front. So cast on the one in the middle, which would affect the 2 on either side, the one on either side. They have to make a DC 12 deck save.
Okay. The one in the front fails. One in the middle also fails. And the third one, it just dodges out of the way. But as you catch the web, or cast the web, what does it look like as this web shoots out and snares these 2 individuals?
But I think it again, the end of my quill just kind of radiates a little bit, and it looks like, I'm trying to think, I can see it in my head, but I don't know how to describe it. But you see this like tiny little spider web come shooting out, and it just kind of like magically expands, and it just coats the trees and the anything around them, and the bandits hiding behind them. And it's about it's from the ground about 10-12 feet up, because it's covering a 20-foot cube, and it's just coats that area of the forest in it's a gray sticky web.
Okay. So yeah, I just almost see it like with what you described, almost like an old school video game where this quill comes up, there's like a purple web symbol that shoots out, and then it just goes
Right.
and connects to the trees. At the same moment that this happens and you hear the 2 in front cry out, Teera, you see Vorn sort of cock his head to the side, and you see exactly what Vorn sees, and now Mizya, and probably Assyria, if you're watching from the front, you would notice this as well. These are not humanoids crouching low to the ground. These are red-skinned, lizard-like, scaly creatures that are about 3.5 feet tall.
Ooh.
Oh.
And you hear 2 of them that get caught in the web. They cry out.
Oh, no. Oh God.
What was that again?
Yep.
Does anybody speak Draconic?
Nope. I checked all your stats.
Nope.
I checked all your character sheets. Nobody speaks. Wait, how do you know it's Draconic?
I mean, okay.
That's my Draconic voice.
Yeah, that sounds very Draconic. So these 2 are trapped. What are the other 2 doing?
The one that just dodged out of the way of the web, the way they sort of dodged out of the way was to jump to the side, and they kind of went sprawling and they picked themselves up, and they're immediately looking around, and you can see this something about maybe a foot or 2 long with a what looks like a patch of leather sort of slips out of their hand, and you can just hear this.
Oh shit, it's a sling.
And he's just looking around.
Okay.
And he looks, his eyes are wide, and he's looking around, and the Vorn is starting to get within range of the one at the back. And this one at the back, he's closing on it because it too is standing there. It has a dagger in its hand, and it's looking around.
Are we Are we in combat yet or no?
No.
Can I cast another spell?
Yeah,
Do
at this
it.
point, there's nobody's engaged with you.
I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages as a ritual, but I'm going to use my awaken my ritual spells, so I get to cast it with its normal casting time
Nice.
once per rest, and now I can comprehend any language that I hear.
Nice.
So you sort of hear this. What was that? I thought there were no giant spiders in these woods. No, I think it came from them. And they start looking around, and the one behind Vorn, that's in front of Vorn, suddenly turns around and just goes, "Oh shit!"
Okay.
And that's where we're going to take our break,
Wow.
as it is exactly 9:15. So
Oh my
Amazing.
god.
That's
We-
phenomenal.
we're going to go ahead and take a break there. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. Thanks for everybody who's tuned in so far. Please stick around, and we'll see you on the other side of the break. And we're back. All right. You've just realized that there are 3.5 foot tall, red, scaly looking creatures. 2 of whom are caught in a web, one of which is holding a sling that he's swinging around slowly, and the other one just saw Vorn standing behind him with his hand axe raised. What are y'all doing?
I would be I want to attack the one that's looking like he's gonna hit Vorn.
I yell out, "Hold!"
Ugh.
They may not be violent. They seem scared.
I would be too if I was attacking an orc and a orc kind of person.
The
Go ahead.
the creature holding the sling just says in broken common, "We don't attack. You attack."
Doc is gonna sort of look at Mizya beside him and Vorn and up at the front. He's like, he's not wrong.
All right.
And just as loud as my super old voice will allow me. Do you understand us?
Hey, understand what you say? Yes. The two in the web are cursing in Draconic. You can understand every word they're saying.
They're just saying the F word a lot.
One of them is they're like trying to get to their daggers, trying to cut themselves loose.
Doc doesn't understand Draconic, but he understands what they're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, 100%, yeah.
I'll go ahead and hop down off of the cart and just kind of like my arms out beside me, palms up, start walking towards them. We don't mean you any harm. We thought you were trying to ambush us.
We were. I mean, the other one's like, shh.
Did they say that? They said that in common?
Oh, yeah.
I kind of was ready to like totally make peace, but now I'm not so much anymore. I say, do you do this often? Are you the highwayman kind of type?
I'm not highwoman.
A highwayman. Do you take things from people when they come down this road?
Sometimes.
Why?
Because this the Red Wyrm Road. Everybody and everything that come down this road belong to Red Wyrm.
And who is this Red Wyrm?
They look at each other. You not know?
No.
You're
I
not
would not
here?
have.
Of Varothator?
That the dragon,
Does
perhaps.
that name ring a bell to me?
I will let you roll a history check.
11.
You have never heard this name.
I'm sorry, but I've not heard that name before, and I have heard many names. I've read about a few as well.
Assyria, make a perception check.
Yeah, because even as she sees the party in front, she's keeping an eye behind in case.
Well, you're still
this
up
is-
in front where
Yeah.
Teera was, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perception.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That is a 19.
You see, stepping out of the woods about maybe 20 feet away from you, you see another one of these creatures, but it looks different than the others. Whoops, that's the wrong one. The one you see that steps out has it almost looks like there's this leathery cloak trailing behind it, and it's wearing these leather bracers, and it's got a pouch and a few other items hanging off of its belt, and it holds itself a little more upright, but you can still see that it has these very clearly draconic features. As it steps forward, it is flanked on either side by one each on a side of the same creatures, but these creatures are holding shields. They stand like an honor guard almost on either side, and they are also carrying spears that appear that the tip of the spear is made from a dragon's fang or claw that has been sharpened. They also have a leather helmet and leather scraps of armor on them as well. And you hear from the one that has the cloak and walks in the middle. As he speaks, you see the cloak sort of flutter, and you realize as it separates, it's a pair of wings that sort of momentarily... I mean, he's still 3.5 feet tall standing in front of you.
But still.
But in a voice that seems to boom throughout this wooded area, and all of you hear, in common, you hear, "Oh! Treads in the weird worms! Lands! Who are you?"
Man. I just kind of freeze and like look at these. What is the reaction of these little fuckers in front of us at hearing that voice?
When the voice speaks up, you see the two that are caught in the web. They actually look a little sheepish. One of them actually manages to break free of the webbing. He's still sort of trailing bits of web. He drops down a couple feet, and as he steps out, one foot gets caught, and he sort of stumbles forward, and then he picks up his dagger, and they're just sort of standing there with just that little bit more of assurance, like, okay, now our boss is here. We've got a little bit more back.
Okay, I just kind of stand frozen trying to assess this situation.
You know, there's another way you could do this. As my father used to say, look at your life, look at your choices, and decide if this is really the path you want to go on right now. You don't need to attack people on this road.
But I don't really care if you attack people on this road, but just don't attack us, please.
I prefer if they don't attack anyone.
I would just like to continue.
We not attack.
What do you do then?
Your wizard attacked us.
I would
You
say
were about to
also-
ambush us.
Right.
You'll find none of your minions are harmed. I just prevented them from attacking us.
Right.
We are all on equal footing now. I suggest we parley.
Are you the leader of this band?
We have no leader.
At this
just
point,
the
I
one
just
catch
sort of,
this snort of laughter.
with kind of a grunt, I just sort of like roll my eyes and I want to reach down and grab this one that's still in the webbing. I want to grab him by his little, is he wearing like a chest piece? Is he wearing like tiny armor?
That one. Oops. That one is not wearing any armor. It basically has these leather straps for bracers and is wearing little more than a loincloth.
Okay. Then I want to grab him by his ankle and like pull him out of the webs and then like kind of like hold him up like by his little ankle and just be like, see, we're being very friendly. I freed your little warrior boy here. And then I like drop him.
We will speak. As the leader of this group sort of says this to you, Mizya, their voice sort of there's a lower timbre that's underneath as they're speaking. You still understand it, but you realize that they are speaking in common, but there were draconic words woven into that. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh my God. They're speaking in code.
Yep.
You're muted.
I'm gonna re-roll that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that is a 3, so that's going to put you.
I'm
at
going tonight
8.
without doing a reroll. I'm calling
That's
it
a
right now.
16.
One
Nice.
second, I gotta fix this so I don't forget.
Just started my battle music.
Yes.
Well, let's see. A 16. Let me see what the save. Okay. You recognize, because you can understand Draconic, the words that are woven in as they say this, we will talk, is you hear, and you will do everything I say, as they are attempting to charm you. But it does not take hold.
Oh, that was interesting. Nice try. Doctor, could you stand up and look angry for me?
Yes.
Just
Should I?
wanting. Yes, please.
Oh, okay.
Now.
So Doc will stand up in the cart. He's going to put his hands on his hips, and he's going to look like this.
Oh my God, what a badass. What a boss.
You
Yeah.
made the doctor angry, and you won't like him when he's angry.
Yes.
Now,
I would like you to make an intimidation roll.
Oh, come on.
Doc.
Okay. I
Or
will
you,
do-
or you
I
can
will-
have Mizya do it. Either way, you're going to get advantage. Whoever makes the roll
I can do it. I'm
Yes.
very intimidating.
Super intimidating. So
with a duck
broad.
on your head.
Yep. And at this time, Einstein Jr. is going,
I am going to reroll.
Oh God. Ooh, we don't have many.
oh my God, we need to rebuild the stores.
Y'all,
Only you.
please
Only you.
be
So I had,
Sparingly.
I had
Domingos.
advantage, and I rolled a 2 and a 7.
Oh,
The good news is I re-rolled, and the result is better. It's 2 and 8.
Oh my god.
Okay. Okay.
He's-
Well, here's the thing, though. That's the baseline. So 8 is the high number.
Yeah, well, yeah, but my intimidation total is 12.
Okay, 12 is the number because now they have to make a charisma check
Mhm.
against that to see. So the leader, and oh wait, I think it's do that at advantage because of that. So it's still all right. So initially, you see that the leader that was speaking, when you stand up, Doc, you catch sight of this subtle movement that the leader makes, that it sort of involuntarily bows its head slightly. You see the wings sort of droop a little bit, clearly intimidated. But this is also the look of somebody that is used to being talked to or intimidated by a more powerful presence. The shield bearers, with their spears on either side, they just stand ground firmly, and seeing their leader sort of kowtow a bit, they step just a little bit closer with their shields up. As for the 4 on either side... He's good. He's not. That makes sense. He's the one being held up by his ankle. He's good. So all but the one with the ankle are you can see that, and the 2 with the shields. Sorry. They're not afraid, except for the leader and the one that you're holding by the ankle. Clearly intimidated.
Doc is going to walk forward. He's going to step down off the cart, and
The whole cart just kind of goes as you step off.
And he is going to approach, and he's going to hold himself up. And as he approaches, he's going to inspire himself with some words. He's going to go like this. He's going to say, "You're a tough guy." And he's going to go forward, and he's going to look at all of the kobolds, and he's going to say, "Look, you know you don't want to fight us. You're outnumbered." And then I'm going to roll an intimidation check again.
Okay.
Doc is such a cinnamon roll. He's trying his best.
All right. Well, that's better. That's a 20.
Wow.
Ooh.
Congratulations.
The only way. All right, well, let's see. For these guys, intimidated. Oh my gosh, that's that one. Intimidated. Let me check these guys. Nat 20. So he's not intimidated. And then we got
You fighting, y'all. Let's go.
okay. The leader, suddenly sort of catching himself, looks around and holds himself upright, as tall as he can, as you approach. On either side of him, the shield bearers, you see their shields sort of falter a bit, and all 4 of the others are trembling. But the leader is holding his ground.
Doc is going to, in a last ditch effort, he is going to lean down. And so he's like 7 feet tall. So this guy's 3 feet tall. He's going to basically fold over in half. So he's looking at this creature eye to eye. And he's going to say, "No." And I'm going to make one more intimidation check.
Do so with advantage.
This is character art waiting to happen.
16.
All right. And so the second number is higher. He holds your gaze the entire time as you lean down.
Wow.
And as you crouch right in front of him, you can feel the heat coming off of him, and you can smell the sulfur. He watches you as you lean down, and you can see him opening his mouth to speak, and you say no. And suddenly he drops his head. He drops his gaze, and his wings actually come up and almost shield him. And he takes a step back, and the two shields take a step back as he suddenly goes, We didn't want to attack. No, we didn't want to attack. This is not a decision we make. We have to take from all who travel this road. It belongs, this area, to Morn Varathatar, the Red.
Doc is going to remove his lenses, and he's going to stare at the little guy in the eye, and he's going to say, "But why?"
Morn Varathatar requires that all of value be brought and added to his growing hoard.
But
If
go ahead.
no, go ahead, Doctor.
I was just going to say, but why don't you just leave? He's not here now.
Morn
Right.
Varathatar
Where are they?
is always present.
If I were to give you some coin that you could take back to this, whatever his name was, would that mollify you for the moment and let us pass?
Vorn and I are a little farther away, and you hear Teera from the other tree line going, Oi, do you want me to rip him in half?
Hang on.
All right.
You don't understand. We don't have a choice. We have to take what you have and add it to the hoard. Or Morn Varathatar would kill us.
Yes, well, I'm saying if what we have is this coin, and I hold up a coin pouch.
It is not enough. You have more.
How do you
Right.
know?
I can see. You have weapons. All of you have coin. You have a wagon. No doubt you have things in it. That dog is probably valuable too.
No, ooh, not a dog. Be very careful. And at this
So-
point, Asterius off the horse.
We can give you some things to take back in place. And as far as you know, that's all we had, and we'll be on our way. Or you can take.
You want I to lie to Morn Varathatar? He's no good.
Not lie, but just not tell everything that you know.
At this
Tell me,
point, I'm
how-
walking over to the others with this little shit still in my hand. I'm like, they're not taking shit from me. I'll tell you that right now.
Same.
You can have our gold.
No.
I'm not
Or
giving them
you
shit.
No, we're not rewarding this behavior.
They can have the gold that I have offered, or they can have the sword that Teera has offered.
I
No,
I wanna I wanna-
hurting the soul,
Yes,
hurting them, Teera, not actually
like-
giving your soul,
like-
Teera.
Stabby,
I'm not
stabby.
giving him my
Oh,
sword.
I was very confused.
No, that's a different kind of give
Yeah.
and take.
No, I'll give it to him, all right?
Why don't you give them the gold, and then they can leave.
Yes,
And then they don't have to do more bidding anymore.
that's a perfectly wonderful idea, Doctor.
I'm known for my good ideas.
Yes.
I would just leave here.
And I'll hold this coin purse out.
The leader looks up at you. Do you see this? And he reaches up and he pulls open his tunic. It's just a little more than rags. But he pulls open his tunic. And
Whoa, we don't need to see that.
you see you see a mark. It is not the same as your sire mark, Assyria.
Yeah.
But it's similar in that there is a scar over where his heart would be that looks like something carved an X in his chest. And you notice that the 4 that are the smaller, less armored ones, they all have this X marked into them.
Okay,
X marked the spot on this one.
let me ask you a question. As I see it, you have 3 options. The first option is to take the gold that my friend offered you and take that as an offering to Marjashras and then say that's all that we had. Or you could take the gold that my friend offered you and you could leave and hope that Marjashras doesn't find you. Or you can just die when my friends like stab you with things. 2 of those things seem more worrisome than the third, because if they stab you, then you'll have a sword in you. And if you go to the dragon and lie, the dragon will eat you. But if you leave, maybe the dragon won't find you.
That's very true.
Make a persuasion check.
All right.
We should be able to do so with advantage. I could rip this little shit in half at any second.
The leader doesn't seem too concerned by the fact that you have
Then
the little
never
guy.
mind. What a heartless bastard.
Oh my goodness. So as I was talking, I'm gonna say Doc touched himself and said, "Go, Doc, go," and casting guidance.
Doc, go.
So with the guidance, and I used. Did I have advantage or no? Because I used a tome. If I didn't,
There was no advantage.
Oh God.
then I used it. I used 100% use the tome.
Uh.
And my persuasion roll was 26.
Ooh, what?
Hey y'all, if you want to give like a
Audience,
sub or some
we
bits, because
need help. I'm not comfortable.
I don't like I don't like this at all.
Our safety net is so weak.
Listen,
Let me double check.
some
'cause
people are using these tomes like they're $1 bills.
I haven't checked the coffee page to
Ah.
see, because you can donate. I just put the link in the chat. You can donate to
The
coffee as
stress.
well.
Today,
Um,
Cari will be played by Gary.
Yes.
Oh.
As you're saying this, you start to see that look from this leader, that he starts nodding in agreement as you're speaking.
Hmm.
And he says in Draconic, how long does your comprehend languages spell last?
Oh, that's a great question. Let's take a look here.
10
It lasts
minutes?
1 hour.
1 hour.
Is it concentration?
It is not.
Okay. Because you cast web, which is also a concentration spell after the fact. So, or no, did you cast web before?
Web before.
I cast
Okay.
web before. Yep.
Comprehend.
Mhm.
Okay, regardless, you can still understand Draconic. So you as he's sort of nodding, you hear him mutter in Draconic, "We must take their gold, and we will return to the mark." Monveratatar will never know. And one of the shields just looks in horror. Monveratatar will rip out our throats. There you go. There's 2 domain tools.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Xenobs.
Xenobs.
Thank you, Xenobs.
Oh, God.
So,
Stress.
Oh, that feels so much better.
the other dragon shield is looking at him. You call yourself a kobold. You look like a sniveling lizard. And let me just resolve this between them real quick.
There is some racism happening. I don't like anything about what's about to happen here.
Mhm.
Yeah, you can hear them arguing in Draconic about what to do, and the leader says, "Fine, you are on your own," and he is going to. You hear more Draconic as he casts another spell. And Doc, if you want to, because you're right up on him, you can make an opportunity attack against him, but you see his wings flare, and he's doing the equivalent of this. Getting ready to take off running.
I have no weapon in hand. I can't take an op attack.
You have a fist?
Yeah, you can punch.
No, that's a whole lot of not
Okay.
happening.
Doc is a pacifist.
Okay.
He takes the Hippocratic Oath.
So you watch as he does this, and
Is the leader?
Yeah.
leader with the wings, he's getting ready, but he's also moving out of range of the 2 shields, who are pretty pissed at him. They are each going to take an attack against him with their spear.
We're about to see some mutiny on the bounty.
While I'm
ship.
doing that, Dwight, I need you to roll a D100. It's a 16, and that is a dirty 20. So that's going to be where's my D6s? So first one does 7, second one does 2, so 9 points. Both of them stab into him with their spears as he takes off, and you see the blood leaking out as he runs, but he uses his wings to sort of push back and give him extra speed, but he's running, practically doing like a Naruto run with his wings trailing behind him. And unless anybody takes a shot at him or anything else, he runs off into the woods.
Hunter's mark.
Okay.
This is the leader, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
Did he take the gold out of my hand?
No, he
Yeah.
didn't.
I just kind of watch him go. This is very tense, and I'm still holding his little comrade.
The 2 shields, first off, what did you roll for your
52.
what number?
52.
Let me do a little bit of math.
Man, that is right in the middle, right in the
Yeah.
meat of the bell curve.
Yep. Okay. So 52. No way.
Oh no.
When you say that, I hate it. I hate that
No,
tone.
so-
I hate that lilt.
So, just as a reminder for the players and those that don't know, whenever there's uncertainty about whether or not a certain thing is going to happen or not happen, I use a sliding scale with a D100. So I roll a number that represents the middle of whatever that chance of something happening is. I have a player roll a D100, and I split that difference. So, for example, if there's a 50% chance of something happening, if you roll within 25 on
25
one
either
side or
way.
25 on the other, the thing either happens or doesn't happen, whatever the contingency is. I will say that whatever the split was, you hit it exactly. One number higher, or actually lower, and you would have been outside of the range of this thing happening or not happening. So, regardless, the two with the spears turn to face you. Who all's standing up there with them? Doc and Mizya?
I'm actually there now. I came over after I see they're having a conversation, and I got their little buddy.
They brace themselves. Well. They hold their shields up with their spears over top, and they start to lunge at you. So I will need you to roll for initiative. The rest of them are choosing to fight. They would rather die by your sword, apparently, than die by the teeth and talon of a dragon.
Well, they've chosen poorly.
Yeah, so let me get the encounter ready. All right, Asaria, what do you got?
24.
Mizya.
20.
Teera.
16.
Oh, these guys are dead. Doc.
15.
Well, I haven't rolled for them yet, but...
Well,
okay. Let's see. For Vorn, we get, as Ricky would say, a power 7.
Power 7.
And then I get to roll for my guys. Well, this guy's out of it, so he ran, so that's a Z. Well, yeah, he's gone. Let's see. So first guy. And then and finally, okay, it is the start of this combat round. It is clear they want to attack. Asaria, what are you going to do?
Having already dismounted my horse, I am going to quickly pull out my blade and move forward towards where Doc is, and I'm going to make an attack.
Against?
You said there's 2 shielded and speared? Okay. I'll attack the one on the right.
Okay.
That is going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
It's a hit.
Okay. And that is going to be 7 points of damage as she just is kind of thrusting forward with her long sword.
Yeah, you cut right into him.
Yeah. She is going to be looking behind him too, as she's like looking, connecting, but also looking to see where the boss ran off, because she is hunter's marked.
What does the hunter's mark tell you about a thing's location?
So for hunter's mark, I can hold it for a while. Let's see. You choose a creature until you can see within range. Mistily mark it as your query until the spell ends. You deal an extra d6 damage to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack and have advantage on wisdom checks you make to find it. So I'll be able to find him for at least an hour.
Okay. Cool. All right. Mizya.
I'm going to step backwards, putting more distance between me and them.
That will provoke an opportunity attack.
Were we standing right in front of all of them?
You were close enough to hand him a thing of gold. Right?
I thought Mizya was reaching out. I didn't think he had actually, or they had actually approached
towards them, not to them, unless they came to me. I would not have walked
okay, then you're fine.
To them. So yeah. All right. So I'm going to cast Magic Missile at the one next to the one that Jordan just attacked. And that's going to do 10 points of damage.
All right. So these purple quills fly out and launch into this thing. And you just see it sort of get hit, just doosh, 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 just get its bell rung by these magic missiles that slam into it. The one that you attacked, Assyria, is going to attack you with its spear.
All right.
And it is going to, with its first attack, that's going to be a dirty 20 to hit.
Mm-hmm. It hits.
Are you kidding me? I rolled with the virtual dice, and one of them is sitting on top of the thing I have to push to roll. It just moved.
That's why
finally.
virtual dice suck.
Yeah. The second hit is going to be a 17 to hit.
Nice.
Hits.
As it has its spear sort of up like this, and it just takes 2 quick jabs at you.
Oh.
So you are going to take a total from both piercing attacks of 8 points of piercing damage as it double taps you with the spear. The other one that just got rocked by the magic missiles is going to attack Doc. And Teera, I would like you to roll me a d4, please.
Oh.
Doc, does a 12 hit you?
Does not.
It misses with its first attack. It lunges out from almost hiding behind its shield. And it misses on that one. But its second attack is going to be a weirdly, it tries to attack the exact same place that it already missed you. It looks like it's not even looking. Okay. As it is trying to hit you. So that's both of them. Teera, it is your turn.
Great.
You're still holding one of them that is...
Yeah. So here's my plan. Are these two that are like Spartan warriors, are they standing reasonably close to each other or not?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I want to chuck this kobold that I have in my hand as hard as I can at these two guys. How will that work mechanically? Or won't it? You can say no.
It'll
and I
work.
can just drop
It'll
it.
work.
Okay.
I'll just have you make a strength check
Okay.
as your melee attack.
Okay.
You can only target one of them, though.
Okay, I'll target the one on the left.
Okay.
Or I'll target the one whichever one hit Assyria.
That'd be the one on the right.
Okay.
The one on the right then. That's a 21 strength check.
All right.
Nice.
And I will have you roll a d6 a d4 and add your strength modifier.
Okay. That's a 4, so that's a 7
You're
total.
using a kobold as an improvised weapon.
Okay. That's
So
a 7
it was
total.
a 7. Yeah, this
Yeah.
kobold just goes
Nice.
"Ah!" and crashes in. Now I'll roll a d6.
Okay. That's a 3.
Okay. He is going to take 3 damage from colliding with the other guy.
Okay.
Okay.
And I would like to rage.
All right.
Yeah.
Doc. You are
Doc is going to look at the guy who tried to stab him, and he's going to hold up his finger and he's going like this.
Oh.
And he's going to try and kick him in the chest and knock him over. May I have an opposed athletics or acrobatics check, please? Doc is trying to shove him to the ground.
Are you this is Sparta-ing the Spartan kobold?
No.
Oh.
I am the doctoring the kobold.
Oh my god.
All right.
Yes.
So that
Yes.
is going to be whoops. An opposed athletics check, you say.
Or acrobatics, your preference.
Just checking and take roll. Okay. That is going to be 16.
That is what I rolled on the die, which means that I got a 20.
All right. So yeah, you straight up kick this guy. You kind of kick into his shield, which pushes back into his chest. So you were just doing a shove attack, basically. So yeah, you send him sprawling backwards.
No, I'm forcing him prone.
Right, you send him sprawling backwards. Sorry, onto his back.
Okay,
Backwards
okay.
onto his
Yeah, he
back.
is
That's
prone.
fair.
He is prone.
Okay. And after when he falls down, Doc is gonna put his ball up his fist. And he's gonna put them on both sides. Again, I said no.
Oh my god! What a boss! What a daycare provider! Badass.
Assyria, make a whatever check it is you had to make to find your marked target.
All right.
He gone.
That is gonna be. Oh, that's good.
That is a dirty 20.
You lock in, or rather just sort of passively, you're sensing this, that you've marked this leader, and you can tell he is continuing to move at a very fast pace. As
Can I tell-
Mizya, because you had the comprehend languages up, you understood the Draconic that he cast Expeditious Retreat, which made him
Can I tell what direction he's going?
the same direction that you saw.
Okay.
He's just running in a straight line.
Got it.
The kobold that you threw, Teera,
Yeah.
is going
What about
to jump to his feet and immediately grabs desperately at his sling and just and launches an attack at you. Whoops, yeah, that's pack tactics, advantage. Both 16s on the die, so natural or not natural, dirty 20 to hit you.
Yeah. Those
As this rock comes flying out, you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as he just hits you in the forehead.
Ah. Damn.
The kobold that was Vorn had been closing in on is going to make an attack at Vorn. It's actually going to rush up to Vorn, and it is going to nope, it does not get advantage because there's nobody next to it. It's going to be a 19 to hit Vorn. That's going to be 6 points of piercing damage as it just runs up and stabs Vorn with its dagger. And you sort of hear Vorn grunt as he gets stabbed by this one. The other two, let's see, are going to take their slings, and they are going to target. One is going to target Doc, and one is going to target Mizya. Or sorry, Assyria and Mizya. Assyria, one of them gets you a natural 20.
Oh.
That is
Wow.
going to be 6 plus 3. 9 points of bludgeoning as this stone flies and hits you. And then Mizya, roll because he's not by anybody. That's a 19 on the die. It's a 23 to hit.
Damn. Holy hell.
Mizya, you are going to take 6 points of bludgeoning damage from this last kobold. Vorn, who had his hand axe in his hand, is going to raise the hand axe and just bring it down on top of this kobold for a dirty 20 to hit.
Shit.
You watch as Vorn, he gets stabbed, and as the kobold pulls this knife out, Vorn just curses in orc and just goes, shun! And
Oh my
just
gosh.
goes, shun, shun, shun! And the thing is dead. He just one shot the kobold.
Hot as hell.
So that
Teera is feeling feelings.
yeah, and I imagine it's not like this big powerful, he's not up against a big foe. It's
No.
just shoot, shoot, shoot.
It's just fast and
Yeah.
holy crap.
Yep.
And yeah, so
Give me the Vapus.
so that guy's gone. And Vorn is going to use his movement to start closing in on the next one. As Assyria, it is your turn.
All right. Cursing after getting hit in the head, she is going to release the hunter's mark that's on the one running away, move it to the one that's right on her. So the kobold in front of her is going to actually see her eyes for a moment flash black as the hunter's mark settles in. She is now gonna try and she is hurting. She is going to go ahead and move in with her longsword again.
Get him. Get him, dude.
Are you attacking one or two-handed with this thing?
Two-handed.
Nice.
Yep. That is going to be a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that's a hit.
She is not happy. Ooh, okay. 16 points of damage.
Oof.
As she
Oof.
just swings down, kind of like knocking the spear kind of out of the way a little bit as it had just stabbed her twice.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just raking it down, trying to almost push him away with the ferocity behind this attack.
As you bring your sword down with both hands, you slice from shoulder to abdomen, and you cut right through that dragon mark that was on its chest.
Ooh.
There's a spray of blood, and it drops its spear and shield as it drops to its knees and falls backwards on the ground, dead.
Nice.
She'll look over at the one on the left that's still standing, correct?
No, that one's prone.
That one's down. Okay. And she'll just literally, probably everyone in this group has not ever seen her take this much of a defensive stance, but it is very much a don't fuck with me.
Oh my god, badass.
Teera having feelings again.
I mean, no, I'm just like, yeah, you go, girl.
And she'll
Mizya.
just raise her
Girl
sword
power.
ready to go.
Okay, Mizya. Oh, by the way, Soren is here.
Yeah.
I forgot about Soren.
She'll look down at the one prone. And I'll look back slightly towards Soren. Bacon time.
Soren just leaps out of the back of the cart where he's eagerly waiting for the command,
Yep.
launching himself across and making an attack with advantage.
Wow.
19 plus.
Yep.
Yeah. So that is going to be. Oof. I didn't roll now. Or roll 2 4s. So that's gonna be 10 points of damage as Soren just leaps onto the one that's prone.
Fantastic. It is desperately trying to keep Soren away and failing. It is going to attempt to stab Soren. That is a natural 1.
Oh,
Soren,
suck it.
Soren will get an opportunity attack against it.
Say goodbye to your jugular.
16.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
Okay. That's gonna be another.
it's basically like trying to get its like move its hand up its spear so it can stab at Soren, and it's just sort of bashing but with no effect because it can't get strength behind it at Soren, and just opens itself up. Soren does how much damage?
7 damage.
As Soren tears into this thing, and you see as it's flailing just suddenly stops as Soren tears its throat out.
Good boy.
There are still the remaining 3 kobolds. Teera, it is your turn.
How far away
Did
are
we
the
skip
3?
me?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Mizya was next, then we'll-
Sorry, because you were supposed to go
'Cause-
after Soren. So
And
Mizya.
this one that is attacking me, did it take damage before?
No, that one did not. It was one of the ones the one that got itself free from being caught in the web while you were all talking. So no, it hasn't taken damage.
Okay. Let's see here. So yeah, we're just gonna do it this way. And
Are those all at the one?
15 points of damage as I cast magic missile at point blank range from
What now?
that level 2.
So
no.
this is what I picture. This suddenly turns into an arcane John Woo movie
Yes.
as these out of nowhere a flock of birds go flying across the front of the screen in slow motion.
Yes. Oh my god.
As these quill-like magic missiles, one shoots into its side, sort of at its hip, knocking it, while the other one comes in from the other side.
It's attacking me, right? I'm gonna. This is more like my quill goes underneath its chin.
Okay.
Oh.
And I lean forward and say, "You should have taken the gold."
Well, this one was a ranged attack. He's
Oh,
quite
the
a ways
ranged
yeah.
attack.
He's a ways away from
okay.
you. So yeah, these hit, and sort of one hits high, one hits low, and knocks him sideways, parallel to the ground. As that third missile goes, boom, hits him and just sends him straight into the ground with enough force that he doesn't bounce. You know it's bad.
Oh, so you know it's bad.
And he is done.
So the third missile killed him.
Yeah.
Actually, the second, well, narratively,
They all had a role to
because
play.
you
I think
think
the-
15.
Yeah.
So
I think the fourth one lands in the crater and just kind of like a dud.
Yeah.
this quill just sort of just sticks
just
there.
a comic.
I just imagine it sitting there for a second, and then it just sort of from the top down goes.
Yep.
As it fades away.
And then Mizya puts on their sunglasses and goes, "You should have taken the gold."
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
All right, perfect.
Badass.
There's
dude.
only 2 of these things. No. Yeah, there's 2 left. The one that hit you with the sling, Teera. And where is the other one? You grabbed that one. Oh, there was one more. There was one more off to the side.
Yeah. I want to, I have a personal vendetta now against the one that hit me with the sling. I imagine that it looks like Teera just like gets, poof, and then it's like, ow! And then like that's when she rages in the scheme of this, and just like fire lights in her eyeballs. And I want to attack this guy. How far away is the one that attacked me with the sling?
Say that again.
How far away is the one that attacked me with the sling?
Like 10 feet.
Okay. I want to go over there, please, and attack him. Here I go. That is going to be a 15 to hit him.
Yeah, just go ahead. Don't even roll damage. Just describe how you destroy him.
Okay, so basically, like what I said, like fire kind of lights in Teera's eyes, and she just flies up and just and wants to. I just split him right down the middle, and it's pretty gross because it's such a clean shot that he stands there for a second in shock before he like falls apart.
It's straight up like that scene in UHF with Conan the Librarian.
100, yep.
Your book
Just
is
like
overdue.
Yes.
Splits the guy in half.
Yep. And yeah, that'll do her. Now, yeah, that's done. I'm done.
The last remaining kobold looks around at everything that has just happened, looks over at Vorn, who's about 20 feet away and is just holding this hand axe dripping with blood, turns and starts running.
Yep. Goodbye.
And I'm going to see.
Tell him what you saw here.
Vorn rolls a 13. Okay, yeah, this last kobold is running away. He just turns. He says in Draconic the equivalent of F this, I'm out of here. Takes off running. He gets about well, he actually gets a little bit a ways when you just hear and the hand axe just slams in the back of his head, sends him tumbling and skittering into the ground. And Vorn just walks over, looks down and says, yeah, you're not going anywhere. Steps on the kobold and pulls his axe out.
Oh my
And turns to look at all of you. And then you hear
Teera's blushing.
from somewhere around you, you hear,
We gotta go.
Oh no.
We gotta go.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we
no,
gotta go.
No.
We gotta
hide,
go.
run.
Yep. We gotta go.
Yeah,
and that is where we're going to end tonight's
Ah!
session.
No. Shit.
I was looking right at Cari because I knew that would really get her. I made a promise to Dwight we would be done by 10:30, and it is 10:28.
Ooh, nailing it. Wow.
You guys tried to avoid the fight, but the kobolds were having none of it. One of them got away. But
most powerful one got away. That's good. That won't come back to bite us, I'm sure.
I tried to hang on as long as I could.
God bless.
I was down to 7 hit points, so I had to make a choice.
There's so many great fan art opportunities in this episode, and with I just Doc leaning down to this kobold and just going, no.
That is so awesome. That is such an awesome thing. So good, guys. So good. Always.
Woo.
Alrighty, well, Z-Nubs just hooked you all up with another domain tome for next session, and I saw TTRP gifts. You had a question in the chat. People have asked about this before. I'm going to go ahead and get the final mechanics figured out for this. There is a mechanic I've developed for DM domain tomes. You can choose to award me with domain tomes. There are a limit of 5 that I can have at any one time, and they're just like the players. There are 3 things I can do with them. They will cost a little bit more, but they're very powerful, and I'm limited in how I can use them. If I have a max of 5 and I choose to do the 1 or 3 costing effect, I can't do the 5. So I have to be very careful in how I use them. And like I said, there is a max. So So if somebody donated trying to give me a domain tome after that, I would award extra tomes to the players that would sort of flow into you. So I will get that finalized because it does involve creating some graphics and some other things, but you are not the first person to ask about that. Listen, if the fans want it. Sorry, guys.
I mean, there's clear demand.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
100%.
Well, thank you, as always, for another incredible session. Out of the frying pan and into the fire.
oh God.
As we see what happens next week in episode 24. In the meantime,
Reminder, we're level 3.
yes,
Still
you are
level
level
3.
3.
Oh, God.
That level 4 getting ever closer if you can survive to it. Tomorrow night, be sure to tune in to Big Bearded Nerd 21 on Twitch, where you can catch myself and Cari and Dwight, along with M, Alex, and Karen for our first episode of the new Mythos Tales adventure. But also tomorrow night is premiering Legends of Saltmarsh right here on Mini Terrain Domain, which is a special presentation run by Neophet, which is a limited series running every other Tuesday. So you can also check that out. Jay will have information on when those will be available. The VODs will be up on his channel, and they'll be here for a while. Plus the Mythos Tales over on Dwight's channel. Thursday night, Dawnbringers. We are not having our finale yet. We are waiting until everybody can make it, but we will be here on Thursday. We're going to do sort of, we did this a couple different seasons as we got near the end. We are going to sort of do a special presentation where we'll be talking to the players and looking at their characters and character arcs up through the 5 seasons that we've played. Also starting Thursday and going through Sunday, Jordan, what do you got going on?
Hi. So starting Thursday, going through Sunday is our 3rd charity stream of the year. We are raising money for Color of Change. So our very first game starts at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on twitch.tv/D&D Jordan Lee. The amazing Crucian will actually be DMing that game. We are getting very close to $10,000 raised for Color of Change.
Wow.
It's a cause that I'm super passionate about, just because I think we should be focusing on these topics year round, not just in February or July or when it's convenient. And Color Change is really helping to fight racial injustices within the country and get resources out there. They're doing amazing work. So come on by. We have everything from Vampire the Masquerade to Blades in the Dark to D&D. And it's going to be an absolute blast. Donations will be impacting the game. You get to support some amazing creators, raise money for a fantastic cause, and see some really hilarious and very creative games. I'm super stoked. So come on by this weekend.
All right, that's going to be awesome. I can't wait to run Oops, I'll Tiamat. You have to say it that way.
I love the way you say it.
Yep.
With the lilts makes it.
Yep. A game conceived by RoboGoblin and Robo let me take the idea and run it. 5 players, including Dwight, will be playing as the 5 heads of Tiamat as they try to escape Avernus. So, going to be an awesome weekend. All right, we are going to go ahead and get out of here. Once again, a huge thank you to all of you amazing people in chat. Big shout outs to Z-Nubs, who has come in dropping 3 domain tomes on y'all. Wily Hobbit hit us with a raid earlier tonight. And if you are one of those people that is lurking in the background, you don't participate in chat, thank you. We appreciate you just as well. And I do want to say a huge thank you to these amazing players, Gary, Jordan, Cari, Dwight, and even though he's not here, Ricky, without whom this would just be me talking to myself for a couple of hours. We're going to go ahead and, Jordan, I didn't get a message from you, but oh yeah, there it is.
Yes, I did.
Hey,
but I was remembering anyway. Yes, Dwight.
You want to raid over to Jarl?
Oh yeah. Let's do that. Jarl
New-
DM, our
newest
good
channel,
buddy
yeah.
Jarl is running something right now. Looks like Vrake and Islof campaign with a bunch of our friends. I don't know why Alan has a blonde wig on, but I'm here for it. So we'll set that raid up right now to go to Jarl DM. And while you're over there, go ahead and follow his channel. Jarl puts on amazing, highly immersive, violent. In fact, we use Jarl's brutal wounds, which I forgot to use on one of you when you got critted today. You're lucky. But we're gonna head over there. So tell the Jarl that MTD sent you. We're gonna go ahead and end this stream the same way we end every stream, and you can say it with me if you want.